bytheBrooke here, and today my lighting sucks. Believe it or not, I'm shooting my film right now. What time is it? 3:23 in the daytime, and the clouds are out to party. It is so dark for shooting right now, and I'm sorry, but let's ignore lighting for now because now we are going to get on with the video I am doing for you today. Today we are doing the Naughty List writing tag. Woo! This was a writing tag created by Jenna Moreci, and I was tagged by Natalia Leigh. So thank you, Jenna, for coming up with this tag, and thank you, Natalia, for tagging me. So let's go over a couple rules here. First, I have to give you guys a summary of what my book is about, which I will get into in just a second. And if my book has more than 15 characters, I am only allowed to say their name once, or if I have fewer than 15 characters in my book, I am allowed to say them no more than twice. And since the bulk majority of my characters are, well, around 10 or so main characters of the book, I'm allowed to say people's name twice, and so yeah. To give a summary of my book, I don't want to say too much since I am still in the middle of writing it. I am writing a new adult paranormal book that takes place in 1920s New Orleans, with a few vampire fun stuff thrown in there as well. So my main character, Jocelyn, and her brother, Ollie, are African-American servants who work for the Train family who live in the Garden District in New Orleans. So we got servants working for the rich folks. It's kind of like Downton Abbey, except not at all like Downton Abbey. That's all I want to disclose at the moment, so with that said, let's start the tag. Question number 1. Which character is so into the holidays that they nearly cause a street-wide power outage from all of their Christmas lights? And since my book takes place in the 1920s, I'll have to twerk this answer real quick. Since Christmas lights weren't really a normal occurrence until more so around the 1930s, I will say that my character Hattie, who is one of the siblings in the Train family, and she is a definite flapper girl and loves to party and loves to be in the spotlight. And when it's Christmas time, I can see her being all about the festivities and making sure everything is Christmas time in your face. So Ollie is a servant and also a chauffeur for the Train family, and he would probably be the one to go ahead and light the candles on the Christmas tree. Candles, not Christmas lights. So he would be the one to probably go about doing that. But I can imagine one day where Hattie was just too excited to wait for Ollie to light the Christmas tree candle lights. So I can go ahead and see her lighting the candles all on her own one day, and what do you know? She lights the tree on fire. I can totally see it happening now. The tree is on fire, she gets a curtain on fire, maybe a rug goes up in flames. Fire is in the living room and she's flipping out. But luckily they put it out and everything's okay, everyone's safe. She's just feeling stupid. She's the type that's gonna be sorry, not sorry about the situation because she was just excited about Christmas and getting the festivities on. Question number 2. Which character attends a New Year's Eve party and goes there with one date but ends up leaving the party with someone else? That would be Elias Train. He is Hattie's older brother. Even though Hattie Train is a flapper and is a pretty big party girl, her brother Eli is a party guy, but in a really bad way of a party guy. He'll do all the bad things at parties. He'll get drunk, he'll be knocking over things, he just doesn't know when to stop. He's also pretty promiscuous. He knows the places of where you can maybe find the women of the night, if you catch my drift. I can see him attending a New Year's Eve party with a woman of status in the New Orleans area, and lots of people would probably know who she is, and he would be well thought of to go on this date with her. But then in the middle of the party, I can see him just getting too out of control, getting too carried away, and I can see him ditching this well-to-do girl and end up winding in bed with a prostitute somewhere in town after a big party. He's a very naughty boy. Question number 3. Which character is more than happy to steal Hanukkah gelt from poor and suspecting children? And for those of you who do not know what Hanukkah gelt is, I had seen on Jenna Moreci's video of this tag where she had kind of said in parentheses that Hanukkah gelt is chocolate coins. So I guess it's some type of chocolate goodie or whatever during the holidays. I had said this in the other Christmas tag that I had done recently. It was the AuthorTube Christmas tag, which I will link a card to up above so you can check that out if you're wanting to. I had mentioned in that video that one of my characters, I'm kinda iffy on the name of them at this moment. Hank, he is someone who I'm not sure if I will change his name later on or not. I am still kind of debating. I'm not sure if I think of him really as a Hank. It's like his personality is a Hank, but I don't think that his character should be named Hank, if that makes any sense. But so far I'm using the name Hank, and I am using Hank as the answer to this question. He's very charming. He knows how to smooth talk and everything. He can be a little husky, and that is because he loves to eat. He loves food. He loves snacking. He loves any type of thing that looks delicious. And chocolate coins will definitely be something that he would just be like, that looks good. I could probably picture Hank just seeing the candy, eating the candy, and then after that he'll see the faces of the kids he took it from, and then he'd feel guilty about taking the candy. Nothing like taking candy from a baby. Question number 4, fill in the blanks. I saw blank doing a whole lot more than blanking Santa Claus. They were full on blank. And this next part is me filling in the blanks. I'm reading this off my notepad, so don't judge me. I saw Kareen doing a whole lot more than killing Santa Claus. She full on ripped out his throat. This sounds very graphic. And this is because Kareen is one of the vampires in my book. Since New Orleans is very diverse in culture down in that area, Kareen is definitely diverse herself, not just for being a vampire, but she's also French. And she's also a prostitute. But yes, she's a vampire. And yes, if she was tempted and tested, she would rip out Santa's throat. Question number 5. One of your characters decides to pregame before church and passes out during Christmas service. Which one is it? I'm going to say Eli once again. My main character Jocelyn and her older brother Ollie, they will go to church on Christmas Day because they have a good faith in their religion. Eli, however, is not very religious. Whenever he does go to church, it is not for him, is because he is being forced to by his family. And because he has to go, he will do it in a way that will make him happy. And alcohol makes him happy. So yes, he passes out in church service and is pretty much just a disappointment to the family. So question number 6, I'm going to skip because it mentions snow and about hating the snow and wanting to like avoid snow as much as possible. But where my characters live, there's like no snow whatsoever. They are deep in the South where no snow can touch them. So this isn't really an issue for them, so I'm skipping this question. Question number 7, which character completely forgets about the holidays coming up and ends up re-gifting presents to everyone? I'm gonna have to go with Leo Train. This is Eli and Hattie's younger brother, who is about 19 years old. How I want to explain Leo is kinda having the persona of Ron Weasley. He's a very nice, very funny guy. He's just kind of lazy at times and kind of forgetful. Whenever he forgets about getting presents for everybody, he will regift things to people, but he'll make sure that the gifts that he regifts are nice. Nice-ish. I could also see him doing something where if he was trying to get something for Hattie, his sister, that he would maybe go like, you know, rummaging through her chest of drawers and finding something that maybe he would think, oh, she probably forgets that she has this. I'll just pretend it's a new gift that she has never seen before, and he'll just try and wing it. So for questions 8 and 9, I am skipping. If I had answered these questions, it wouldn't really be so much of a truthful answer from my part because I just couldn't see my characters doing this type of thing. I would most likely just be bending the answers to the question just so that way I'd be answering the question, but that wouldn't be true, so I'm just gonna skip these. Question number 10, which character should be on the naughty list but has convinced Santa to clear their name? And this will be Jocelyn. Jocelyn, my main protagonist, she has done a lot of stuff. She has done some naughty things that have kind of all of a sudden happened to her. She used to really be a good girl, a good servant for the Train family. Certain things have happened to her in my novel that she's never had to go and experience before. She has to react to those things in kind of bad ways, and she feels so guilty for doing the things that she does, even though she felt compelled to do them and felt justified doing those bad acts. But since she is such a good person at heart, she would convince Santa, like, I'm trying to mend my ways, I'm trying to be a better person, please don't let me be on the naughty list. This sounds so funny. I'm like, please, don't let me get coal. She's definitely trying to go down a more rightful path and trying not to do bad things, even though bad stuff just keeps happening to her. She's just trying to get back on the right path. Alright, so that was my naughty list writing tag. Thank you so much, Natalia Leigh, for tagging me in this. This was a lot of fun to do. I at first thought, oh my gosh, my schedule is so busy. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to fit in this tag before Christmas time, but I was able to make it work, and I'm so excited that I did because this was a lot of fun. If you feel like chatting outside of YouTube, you can go ahead and feel free to follow me on my social media accounts. I am on Twitter and Instagram. And if you liked what you saw today, feel free to give me a big thumbs up below, and also make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you liked what you saw. And if you hit subscribe, go ahead and click the little bell icon so that way you're notified on when I post new videos. And thank you all so much for stopping by today. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you all in 2018. Bye!